Action News Jax investigates a Florida real estate company giving quick cash for an agreement that lasts decades. MV Realty has cost people thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars.
Action News Jax investigator Emily Turner has been looking into the company for months and found several hundred people in our area are locked in these deals, many unaware of the true extent of the contract.
It was a sweet, fast talk, you know.
MV Realty gave Sheila Feliciano $650 in cash to list her home if she ever sold it. But that deal cost her the freedom to move to Ohio and be with her son a year later.
I got depressed. I felt like I was in prison.
That's because the minute she listed her house and tried to sell with a different company, MV Realty placed a lien on her title and sued her for $7,800, 12 times the amount she got from them up front. She says she didn't realize the cash locked her into a 40-year contract.
I would have to die and come back in order to serve that time of the contract to be free of it.
Her attorney, Robert Wilbert, also works with legal aid and has years of experience in questionable real estate practices.
It's a scheme and a scam.
He says it's not just a bad deal. What MV Realty is doing should be illegal.
They're going after people who are unsophisticated and susceptible. They may have fallen on hard times or they need money.
We dug through county deed websites and found at least 588 people in Northeast Florida and Southern Georgia are locked into that same 40-year deal with MV Realty. We also found 22 complaints filed with the Florida Attorney General's office against the company, prompting a consumer protection investigation. But the reach of MV Realty is way beyond that. The company is based in Delray Beach, Florida, but it operates in 33 states across the country. So Action News Jax teamed up with our sister stations in 7 other cities and found there are people just like Sheila all across the country.
It was deceptive from the start.
This woman doesn't want to show her face because she used to work for MV Realty, cold calling people, she says, from a list mostly made up of the elderly, veterans, or poor.
They were getting their call list from places where people had inquired about refinancing or obtaining an original home loan and things like that.
She says their call scripts were high pressure, pushing people to talk to an agent and sign the deal. Later, a notary would show up in the driveway with papers and a check. Studying to become a real estate agent herself, this whistleblower quickly realized something wasn't right.
It didn't sit right with me.
Unlike traditional real estate companies whose contracts average about 90 days, MV Realty signs customers for 40 years. And in most cases, the agent doesn't get paid unless they sell your house. But MV Realty gets 3% of the home's value either way, including short sale, foreclosure, or for sale by owner. In fact, if you list your home anywhere else, they file a lis pendens against your property that works like a lien. So no matter what you do with your house, they are sure to get paid.
And this is your house. It's the most basic necessity you have is shelter, and they're screwing with that.
So we reached out to MV Realty about these claims. They denied our multiple requests for an on-camera interview, instead responding in writing saying in part, quote, "We make sure that homeowners clearly understand the terms of the agreements before signing and, quote, give the homeowners the option to rescind the agreement within 3 days of signing." MV Realty also refutes claims it targets low-income homeowners, saying, quote, "We only reach out to people who have opted in to hear from us regardless of their income or financial status." But they didn't explain what that opt-in process looks like. Action News Jax did find MV Realty updated disclosures, though, for its online homeowners agreement after our requests. But for people like Sheila, that's too little, too late.
I want to be rid of the contract and rid of MV. It's like a bad nightmare I want to wake up from.
MV Realty has also caught the attention of the National Consumer Law Center, who is looking into their practices. And we've also found at least 2 other state attorneys general are investigating MV Realty. For local coverage you can count on, Emily Turner, Action News Jax.
Action News Jax investigator Emily Turner joins us now. And Emily, you first told us about MV Realty last week and the complaints that were filed against the company. And Emily, now again, the state attorneys general taking action.
This is really the first time that we're seeing this action. They are the first office in the country to really make a move against MV Realty. They filed suit now after a lengthy consumer protection investigation.
MV Realty gave Sheila Feliciano $650 in cash to list her home if she ever sold it.
I would have to die and come back in order to serve that time of the contract to be free of it.
She says she had no idea that contract had lasted 40 years, longer than most mortgages. So she filed a complaint with the state attorney general's office and hired attorney Robert Wilbert.
It's a scheme and a scam.
Wilbert told us the company's practices are questionable at best and should be illegal. The state attorney general now agrees. Just 1 week after our national investigation into the company, the state AG filed suit to stop MV Realty from enforcing its contracts or signing new ones and return the money it's taken from homeowners. It also seeks to impose civil penalties against the company.
I want to be rid of the contract and rid of MV. It's like a bad nightmare I want to wake up from.
That just might be a reality now for Sheila and others. We dug through county deed websites and found at least 588 people in Northeast Florida and Southern Georgia are locked into that same 40-year deal as Sheila, a deal that is now set to be reviewed by a judge.
They're going after people who are unsophisticated and susceptible. They may have fallen on hard times and they need money.
And the Attorney General is still looking to talk to people involved with the company. And if you are, they ask you call 1-866-9-NO-SCAM, or you can file a complaint online at myfloridalegal.com. Now, that includes out-of-state complaints. So some of those southern Georgia folks all the way across the country, Ohio, and in Washington State. It's possible that this case could resolve those cases across the country because MV Realty is based right here in Florida. Now, we reached out to MV Realty for a comment and a response to this suit, and so far have heard nothing. For local coverage, you can count on Emily Turner, Action News Jax.
Investigator Emily Turner first told you about MV Realty last month when local homeowners claimed that they signed a 40-year deal and didn't even know about it. Since then, Emily explains there have been major action taken against this company.
After our story aired, the Florida Attorney General filed a lawsuit against MV Realty for, quote, deceptive, unfair, and unconscionable business practices. Today, 2 more states announced they're filing suit, going so far as to say MV Realty is a scam.
Sheila Feliciano is ready to be free of a real estate deal she says she never knew would cost her.
Did you have any idea you were signing a 40-year deal?
40-year deal? Not at all.
MV Realty signed her to that deal after giving her $650 in cash. 1 year later, when Sheila accepted a company's offer to buy her home without listing it, MV Realty sued her for 12 times the amount they gave her in cash.
Are you kidding me? Are you really serious? This is how it's going? There's no bin? I can't pay my way out of this? I can't give you back your $650? They're like, nope, you signed a contract.
Now MV Realty is the one facing lawsuits. The Florida Attorney General filed first. Today, Pennsylvania and Massachusetts announced they're suing also.
It's far outside the norm of industry standards and not something consumers would reasonably expect.
So far, the cases seek to stop MV Realty from enforcing its contracts or signing new ones. It also wants the company to return the money it's taken from homeowners and pay civil penalties for violating the law.
Locally, at least 588 people in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia have deals with MV Realty. If you are one of them, the Florida Attorney General wants to hear from you. We have their contact information in this story under the Investigations tab on our website, actionnewsjax.com. For local coverage you can count on, Emily Turner, Action News Jax.
Jack's investigation is getting attention nationwide. It's over a realty company from South Florida. They're accused of tricking homeowners into 40-year mortgage deals that could end up costing a person their home. Action News Jax investigator Emily Turner has more details.
Since our story first aired, multiple state attorney generals have sued the company, and national lawmakers are now looking into whether its business model is even legal. Needless to say, MV Realty was not happy when we showed up on their Delray Beach doorstep. After months of refusing an in-person interview, Action News Jax made the 4-hour drive to MV Realty's Delray Beach office. We wanted answers for the multiple customer complaints against the company in at least 7 different states, but they wouldn't even answer the door.
5 people peeked around the corner, and then one guy walked in that back
corner office back there. He had a bit backwards baseball hat on with his cell phone. Looks like he was calling or texting somebody.
They called the cops rather than talking to us themselves.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm just acting on their behalf.
So instead, we waited on the public sidewalk to talk to someone from the company. Just 1 week after our November national investigation, the Florida Attorney General filed suit against MV Realty and its owner, Amanda Zachman. Pennsylvania and Massachusetts filed their suits shortly after, and Georgia and North Carolina confirm they have open investigations as well.
It was a sweet, fast talk, you know.
The company offers quick cash to a homeowner for the promise of being their realtor if they ever sell their home. But homeowners like Sheila Feliciano say they had no idea it was a 40-year deal, and if violated, the company would put a lien on their home.
I want to be rid of the contract and rid of MV. It's like a bad nightmare I want to wake up from.
Now, federal lawmakers are also calling for action. Senators from Ohio, Oregon, and Minnesota sent a letter to the Federal Trade Commission asking for an investigation into, quote, whether these listing agreements and business practices violate federal consumer protection laws. It's a steep hurdle for the company, whose PR person eventually showed up to our visit with very little to say.
So they're still in business and doing business?
I'm not making any comment.
To be fair, the spokesperson for MV Realty did go on to say they're not talking on camera because of pending legal action. But in all honesty, they have denied every single request we've made for an on-camera interview since we first asked in October. For local coverage you can count on, Emily Turner, Action News Jax.